Cool. Live.
Hello, good morning and good evening and good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. I am in sunny California. It's about 58 degrees here. And my apologies for being 5 minutes late. But you know how these things work. Sometimes there are some technical issues. We're trying to sort it out. But I think we are doing okay now. My daughter Anissa is here. And she's on the other side, what we're gonna do is she's gonna look at questions when you have questions, and so she's gonna ask, tell me what the question is, and I'm gonna answer it. So that is the plans in place for today. I could begin with a question that was asked the first time I did this 2 weeks ago. And there was something about Qaeda. So we already sort of covered Peshkat, not in detail, but you know, mitsa on the surface a bit. The innards were not looked at. Qaeda, obviously that's our grammar. That's also our tables. And that's where we learn the language. And we learn how to put the language together into words, into phrases, into sentences, and into then paragraphs and so on, and tell a story. So it teaches us how to use our vocabulary. And so in that sense, Qaeda is one of the most important learning tools when it comes to tabla playing, and also when it comes to improvising. So that's one of the things that we should cover. Now, there are many famous qaidas that we know. We also know that qaidas were something that were introduced into the tabla repertoire by Delhi Gharana. And so therefore, a lot of the qaidas have the two-finger playing on it. Even when they played the tirikita, like dhati dagena, dhatirikita dhati dagate nagena, it was still, I have seen Ustad Sahab, the last well-known Khalifa of Delhi Gharana, playing tirikita with the two fingers like that. So well versed in being able to play tirikita with two fingers. It's a little tough ask at a fast tempo. So I have no clue how the Delhi Gharana people played it. But then they also have qaidas which have a different feel to it altogether, like dati da, dati gena tina gena dati da, krid da gena kad, dati gena tina gena ti, griditi, tadir griditi, tadir griditi, tadir dati da gena, dati da gena da. That, to me, could not have been played with just the two fingers. So anyway, questions more than answers, but we will go with qaida in the way I am thinking about it, and the way I sort of gleaned from what my father was talking about. And so, qaidas for me are not long. The qaidas for me start with a simple theme, like dhati, dhati, dada, tinna, or dada, titte, dada, tinna. So now these other elements like dhatitte, dhatitte, dada, titte, daga, tinna, gena, or dhati, dagena, dhatirgit, dhati, daga, tinna, gena, as far as I'm concerned, emerged as, you know, the next level paltas or vistars, variations, and somehow became themes. So, like for instance, dha dhatitte dha tinna could have easily moved into dhatitte dhatitte dha and when the mood was upon the tabla player to do that. So those are qaidas which like dhati dhati dha tinna and dha dhatitte dha tinna, which utilize both fingers. My father started me off with a qaida which utilized one finger. So it seemed like that his idea was to try and get this one finger going in both directions, because it went down, sideways and back. So this one finger. So that kaida was dha dhagena dhagatina dhagena dhagatina gena dha dhagena dhagatina gena ta dhagena dhagatina dhagena dhagatina gena dha dhagena dhagadina gena dha. So that's the theme. For me, again, that theme is a longer version or a vistar that emerged and established itself as a theme of preference. So for me, the first element of that would be like dha dhagena dhagena dhagatina gena ta takena dhagena dhagadina gena dha, a simple version. So one finger, dha dhagena dhagena dhagatina gena ta takena dhagena dhagena gena dha dhagena 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 gena ta takena dhagena dhagena gena dha dhagena that my father arrived at and taught it to us as the first basic theme of the finger kaida dha. Dha dhagena dhagatina dhagena dhagatina gena dha dhagena dhagatina gena ta takena takatina dhagena dhagadina gena dha dhagena dhagatina gena dha. Now in that, variations, combinations were developed, and it was an interesting kaida to learn first, because you had to teach your hand to work in zigzag positions. Zigzag meaning this. Dha dhagena dhagatina gena tina gena tina gena dha. Dha dhagena dhagatina dhagena tina dhagena tina dha. All these kind of variations and combination. So it was interesting to learn that movement, but with the finger playing this way as opposed to tetes. So that's the first kaida that I worked on, and then of course went to the dhatete. I was promoted directly to dhatete as opposed to dhati dhadatena and dadhatete. So that came to me a little bit later of my own accord. So this is the simple idea of the kaida theme. Now, one of the things my father introduced, that guy, into the field of tabla was kaidas which were not even. Like for instance this, dha dhagena dhagatina gena dha dhagena dhagatina gena ta takena dhagatina gena dha dhagena dhagatina gena. It's not like dhatete dhagatina gena tatete dhagadina gena, or dhati dhagena dhagatina gena tati dhagena dhati dhagadina gena dha dhagena dhagatina gena dha. There's a certain back and forth in the phrases. So that's one. And then secondly, an uneven phrasing of kaida, like dha tete dhada tete dhagatina gena dha tete tete dhada tete dhagatina gena ta tete dhada tete dhagatina dha. So it's on the up, the second section of the kaida. So it's not an even development, but an offbeat placing of the phrasing. So that's something that I think he introduced into the kaida world of the tabla. So I will play a kaida a little bit later, but I'm just wondering if there's another question. There are many rules to kaidas that need to be discussed But we'll get to that in a little bit. But if there's another question, let me know.
Dire, dire. Everybody's like, dire, dire.
No questions? Oh,
Dire,
okay.
dire. No, there's
All right.
a lot of questions.
Oh, lots of questions. Okay, one question.
Dire, dire. Everyone wants to know about it. How do you play it? How do you practice it?
Well, थोड़ा धीरे धीरे चलिए तो धीरे धीरे आ जाएगा. Dhira dhira is a very interesting phrase for the tabla. I mean, that's the one thing that it requires for you to do this, use this part of your hand. And therefore, all this that you're doing and all this that you're doing suddenly takes a backseat and comes forward with this. So how do you exert same force playing the dhira dhira? I have often said that this dhira dhira was first explored in detail by the tabla maestros of Delhi Gharana, and it started kind of in Farrukhabad, but it was mainly developed in Banaras, and which found its way through Banaras into Bengal, and then in Bengal some great tabla maestro. I think the first time I heard an interesting dhira dhira which got my attention was Pandit Kanai Datta ji, who played dhira dhira. Very interestingly, I was a concert in Ravindra Sadan with a concert hall in Kolkata with Nikhil Banerjee ji, and that's where I heard it, and I said, wow, this is interesting. And then later on it was developed further, and the great maestros like Pandit Swapan Chaudhary ji has made dhira dhira very popular, and he's one of the finest exponent of that particular phrase, and so is Anindo Bhai, and now most tabla players have followed these two, and people like Shubhankar Bhai and Vikram Bhai and so on. They have all excelled in being able to play dhira dhira. I'm still trying to figure out what is the best way for me to play dhira dhira, because my hand was set in a different manner, a pakawaj manner, and so I have tried to ask people like Anindo Bhai and Sopanji and all, and what I've been told is throwing of the hand is an important thing. My father also told me that, but in a different manner. He said throw your hand and let the wrist do what it wants to do. So something like what Ustad Hussain Khan Sahib used to do. So there's a station of dadrik and then dhrit stands out and then comes back in the phrasing in terms of dynamics. So that is there in Bengal now, or also in Banaras where Pandit Anokhela ji and all used to play. It was more even and smooth. So they used to throw their hands that way, out. So it was more like playing reverse titer. And emphasis was on that as opposed to this, which is what I learned. So playing with emphasis here is harder, but playing out it is much easier. So a lot of the relas did not just go dhate rikite tak dhere dhere rikite tak. It went dhate rikite gere dhere 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 rikite tak. So putting it out, so, and then cupping of the hand. So this doesn't become more prominent, but that becomes prominent. So these are elements of the dhira dhira which were very beautifully combined together in Banaras and then later on by famous tabla players of Bengal. And so if you can try and find a way to be able to put all that together, then it is possible to dhire dhire get your dhire dhire together.
That's like 100 questions.
Okay, one more question and then we'll go into Kaidas, back to Kaidas.
Okay, a lot of people are asking about Riyaz. How do you